Hi guys, welcome back to Design Tech Co. This is your host Akhil, and today we're looking at how to maintain a healthy environment in your startup. Now, startup companies are very different from big corporate companies, and the employees in startup companies are also very different, right? So you have to maintain a culture which is a little more energetic, a little more innovative, it has more elements of surprise. That's the kind of culture that you want to maintain in your organization. And but it's also because there's so much stress and so many new things happening in a very less amount of time in a startup. It's very easy to become for the environment to become unhealthy very quickly. And also there are many more reasons for the environment to become unhealthy. It's because what if the wrong kind of employees they come up in your organization. In big organizations, there are so many people that it's very easy to hide behind people and take shots at other people and play politics and do all of that. But imagine that kind of thing happening in a startup. That will really cripple a startup, really bring it down very quickly. So you have to be very mindful of the kind of people you're letting into your company, and you have to be very mindful if there's a situation where any type of politics is happening, so that you're able to curb it right in the beginning. So today I'm going to share with you about 10 tips on how you can keep the culture of your company a little healthy, right? So the first is keep a confrontational culture. Now, in a culture where people keep things from each other, and they feel something about a particular employee, like some employee offended them, or they didn't like the way one of the employees they behaved, or they worked in a particular situation or a project, and if they're keeping this to themselves, that's a big problem. So you have to have a culture or a way wherein all the employees are coming out and they're confronting each other, and they're letting go of their problems and they're solving their problems inside the company itself. And if the person is not coming out with these problems, and it's he's keeping it to himself, then it's going to manifest in different forms, and it's going to ruin the culture of your company. The second is same policies don't apply to everyone. So since you have very few people, it's very important to keep them happy, and the same strict policies, like in big organizations you have these policies where you have this is the dress code, this is the time you have to come in, this is the time you have to punch out, and this is the number of leaves you can take. So you have to bend all of these rules for in a startup. As in, if you like somebody better, or if somebody is a higher performer and he needs a day off, give him the day off. Or if he needs some other extra favor, if he wants to take his family out, something like that, you have to be mindful of that. If there's an employee and she's having a baby or something like that, she needs to stay at home and work, and she can't come to office for the next 10 days. You have to be understanding about that fact, and in a startup that's very important. But at the same time, you have to maintain a certain level of professionalism in the company, because if you start giving out just free lunches, then people are going to take you for a ride. The third is work on building your team, as in you have built the team in the sense of you have onboarded your employees into the company, but building the team in the sense they should feel like a team. They should be attached to each other at an emotional level. They should be friends with each other, because if they're friends with each other, and if they're kind of they feel that relationship with each other, then they're going to be more excited to come to work the next day. They're going to be more excited to work on new things and share it with other people. They're going to be they're going to think many times before they leave your organization. So it's very important that you have a strong relationship between all of your employees, and including you. If you're the owner, and you should have strong relationship with all the employees as well. The number fourth part is keep stress out of the organization. As in, if you have clients and customers who are trying to put you into unnecessary stress or create a stressful situation, it's your job to keep the stress out, and not let it get to the employees, because it's going to wear them out very quickly. Because with startups, you have to deliver a lot of tasks in a very less amount of time. So in addition to that, if there's stress, then they're not going to be able to perform effectively. Number fifth is don't use insults, and especially don't insult anybody publicly. Now this could lead to a lot of problems, because people get offended and they don't show it, but they get offended really easily when you insult them in public. So always bring them to your room and have like a or a meeting room, and have like a discussion, a small discussion. Don't scold them or shout at them in front of other people, because they're going to the ego is going to get hurt, right? Now number six is keep politics and manipulation out of the company. So as you know that was in the introduction of the video itself. Keep politics and manipulation out of the company, as it can very quickly kill your company. and you have to be very, very mindful of the kind of people who are coming into a company, and you have to be very mindful if any of this kind of an activity is taking place in a company. You have to curb it in the beginning itself. Number 7 is hire great people. So if, during the recruitment process, right, if you have even a small iota of doubt in the nature of these people, do not hire them at all. If you're thinking that this person might turn out to be a person who's not good, or a person who's going to be a person who bitches about other people, something like that, don't hire this person at all. Take your time, because it's very difficult to get your company culture back to normal once it has been ruined or poisoned by these kind of people. Number 8 is, in startups, it is important for employees to work across verticals. So if you have people who say, oh, this is my job role, this is all I'm going to do, I'm not going to step out from this job role, and I'm not going to do that other thing. I don't think that's a very great employee to have in your organization, because if it's a startup, then one person might have to do many different roles. In the sense, if it's an HR, he may have to do a little bit of project management, a little bit of recruiting, a little bit of here and there, like administration work, stuff like that. If it's a project manager, he may have to maybe even code sometimes. He may have to pick up and call the clients. So you can't have somebody who's very, very who's defined his role himself very well, and he doesn't want to go out of it. That could be a big problem. That's not going to let your company grow easily. Now, the number 9th thing is that have regular training sessions wherein the seniors train the juniors, or wherein somebody who's a subject matter expert, he comes in and he trains your people. Now, this is going to lead to a strong culture of learning. So when you have a learning culture in your company, it's always going to be very positive, and people are going to give more weightage and value to learning rather than just the work or just the money that they're getting at the end of the day. Right. Number 10th is spend more time with your team. Now, as a company owner or as a product owner or whatever, you may not be spending a lot of time with your company, with your team, because you may be talking to a lot of clients or customers or these kind of things. But you have to get to know the issues that your team is facing, and you have to understand the kind of problems they're having, because if you keep putting pressure on them to deliver without understanding their issues, they're going to get frustrated very quickly, and that's going to lead to a lot of problems, right? So always walk a mile in the person's shoes first before putting them under pressure or putting them under strenuous deadlines or anything like that. So that's very important. So I hope this video was very, very helpful and very, very informational for you. And if you want to learn more about these kind of things, and I think in one of the future videos, we're also going to cover how to set up processes and systems as a startup, so that you're able to function like a corporate but without becoming a corporate, right? So and if you want more information, obviously head over to our website, designtech.co. We have many more opinions, articles, and other discussions happening there. And it was really nice talking about these things, because it's kind of I'm speaking more from the heart rather than reading from a script here. And subscribe to our channel if you want to view more of such content, and see you on the next episode. Thanks a lot.